and welcome to another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you watching the show. My name is Jennifer Cohen. I'm going to be your host. Today we have wonderful people talking about wonderful things. What else is new on the Verde Valley Experience? We do that every time, but today especially we've got some really cool events coming up for you. So our first guest today from the Sedona Public Library second Human Book event. Yes, Human Book event. Very cool. You're going to hear about this. That's happening on Sunday, September 23rd. We have with us Holly Plug, who is the Rotary Club of Sedona president, and Savannah Sanders, who is the vice president of the Sedona International City of Peace, and a human book on trauma and sex trafficking. We're going to hear all about this event. It's really, really interesting. I'm not going to spill any of the details now. I'm going to let the lovely ladies tell you all about it. Then it's time for the Jerome Film Festival, and Tony Ross, the founder and director, will be in the studio to tell us all about the amazing program they have this year. That's happening September 27th through the 30th. It's full of fun parties, amazing films, train rides, ghost tours. I mean, it is Jerome. All kinds of great stuff coming, and Tony's going to tell us all about that. Then we're going to talk about the Yavapai County Library District. Here's some stuff you probably didn't know. Corey Christians, the director and county librarian, is going to be in to talk about what the library district actually does. You'll be surprised. There's quite a bit you may not have heard about. They manage 15 libraries, and they do a whole lot of other stuff besides that. So that's going to be a really interesting conversation. Then we're going to go on location to Red Rock State Park. We're going to talk with Gail Morris, who is the Southwest Monarch Study Coordinator and Monarch Watch Conservation Specialist. Right now, the monarchs are migrating over to Mexico, and you can get involved in tagging them. You stick these little tiny stickers to the butterflies. It's a really interesting process, and Gail is going to tell us all about that, why it's being done, and how we can help the monarchs in our area. We'll finish out our show today with Joe B. and Walton. Joe Berger and Walton Mendleson are going to perform their original folk, blues, jazz tunes with a variety of very interesting musical instruments. They perform all over town and at folk venues everywhere. I'm really excited to have them on the show, so we're going to end it with them today. But right now, we're going to talk with Holly Plug and Savannah Sanders. Thank you so much for being here, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
I'm really excited about this event. It is the second time the Sedona Library is doing this event.
Yes, it's actually a collaboration between the Rotary Club of Sedona, the International City of Peace, and the library. And it is our second annual event.
And this year we have 40 books that are going to be speaking and sharing their stories and experiences. Last year we had 27, so it's definitely growing this year, and we're really appreciative of everybody that's coming out to share their experiences and break down stigmas and barriers for other people.
Right. Well, let's start with that, Savannah. A human book. When she says book, these are not like, these are people. Please tell us about a human book. What is that? What does that mean?
So basically what it is what individuals are coming to share their experiences for about 15 minutes with different people. People sit around a table and listen to these people's experiences through whether they've experienced prejudice in different aspects of their life or have stigmas associated with a title or label that they have, and they share their human experiences with the audience, and then people are able to ask real authentic questions with them. And the goal is to really start breaking down those barriers and, one, show that everybody has a story, hence book, and also be able to understand where people are coming from and be able to have better community and interactions with individuals where stigmas may have been before.
That's very interesting, that people are willing to come forward and share this with other people directly as a way of breaking down stigmas and they're already always thinking of, ooh, you know, and some really deep subjects too. We're not talking, you know, I was a dairy farmer. We're talking very serious things. How does the program work, Holly? If we come on September 23rd, which is a Sunday, to the Sedona Public Library, what's going to happen?
So there's actually two parts, and people can go to both parts or one or the other. So the first one starts at 10. It's from 10 to 1. And then it will be repeated from 2 to 5. And there'll be 4 sessions in the morning and 4 sessions in the afternoon. So when people arrive at the library, they will be given some instructions, and then they can choose either in advance when they register or there that day which books they want to read, because they're the readers.
The audience is called a reader, hence the human book.
And
Exactly.
they can choose up to 8 books throughout the day. People can come and listen to just one, or they can stay and for both sessions and listen up to 8.
All right. See, that was my next question. Can they come for both sessions?
Yes.
And try to
Absolutely.
cover as many people. There's no way you're gonna read all 40 of them.
Right.
Wow, the decision making must be hard. How did you find all these human books?
Well, we actually have a committee, and we know a lot of people. And we thought about areas that we wanted for diversity. So we looked at people whose occupations may cause them to be discriminated against, or their size, or their shape, or their background, whether that's their religious background or their political background or their social strata. And we went out, each of us divided up a list and tapped on people we knew.
Wow, and you came up with 40, Holly. That's impressive. Can you give us a couple of specific examples of a few of the books and the subjects they're about?
Sure. We have everything from I was a Democrat and now I'm a Trump supporter and hated for being one, to I've had near-death experiences, or I was captured by an alien.
We have a real-life Daniel Boone who has been discriminated and misunderstood because he hunts. We have somebody who's an African-American Catholic lesbian who's sharing her experiences about growing up in Catholic schools and her diversity and sexuality and what that was like, and assumptions people may make.
Yeah, and you yourself, Savannah,
Yeah.
are a human book.
Yes, and this is actually the second time I'm doing this, so I wasn't here for last year's, but I have been a human book in at different places before, and it's a really amazing experience. And so I share, for about 15 minutes, there's a lot of misconceptions, and I talk about trauma and trafficking and different things that I experienced as a child, and a lot of people have misconceptions about that, and ask questions like, well, why didn't she run, or where were your parents, or all of these different things that people just kind of assume when they hear different stories. And so I try to use my experiences as an educational tool to help people understand and be completely open to any and all questions without my own fear of judgments while the audience is asking questions, because my role is really to be there to help have an open, authentic conversation about those experiences, not to get offset by people's questions and things like that.
Wow, how incredibly brave of you to do that, to stand there and share your story with others so they may be educated. And what a difference that's going to make in the world. Every story that everyone listens to, and they come away with a different perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a world-changing event you've brought into Sedona.
And even my daughter is going to be a book this year. So
Hey. Now, that was a question I had. Audience participation age-wise, what are you seeing as appropriate?
we would say high school and older. There's some pretty heavy topics, and we definitely would encourage it to be high school, but parents, it's their choices and however they feel about it. My daughter is 19, so she's old enough, and then I'll be bringing my 14-year-old as well. So that would be probably the best age range we would say. Sure. 14 and old,
Okay, understandably,
Yeah.
some very heavy subjects, so consider, what you're going to as far as who you bring with you.
Yeah. Last year and this year, we have volunteers from the Verde Valley School. They're all high school students.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they came in last year, about 20, 25,
Wow.
as part of a service project
Wow.
that they do regularly. And we had one person at each table, and we had 27 books, so there was about 27 kids. And they were, I have to say, their expectations were just blown away. And at the end of the night, when they were getting ready to leave, I was talking to them, and they were so surprised by how vulnerable and open people were and what they learned. And the way that we worked it with the kids is that they moved for every session, so they didn't just sit at one table. They got to experience many of the books while they were there.
Very good.
And we just spoke there for the other day, and we had a student that had came up, and she had listened to a book on PTSD last year, and she just was completely blown away by all of the different things that completely shifted her mindset around those.
Oh my gosh. Well, you do need to register for this event, and I know you want to. So you're going to, in order to register, you've got to go online. But it's really, really simple. Sedona Human Library 2018.eventbrite.com. Super easy, and it's free. Did we mention it is free? You can get more information by going to humanlibrary.org. You can call the Sedona Library at 282-7714. You can ask them questions there, but you do want to get registered. It's happening Sunday, September 23rd from 10 a.m. to 1 and again from 2 to 5 p.m. Make sure you check it out. It sounds amazing. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. I absolutely appreciate you. Holly Plug and Savannah Sanders, thank you very much. We'll be right back with more of the Verde Valley Experience, so don't you go away.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at Gettle'sHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettle's.
Building a home, remodeling, or need furniture for the holidays? Time to order is now. Amish Home Decor offers furniture for every room in your home in many different woods, stains, and styles. We even offer patio furniture and mattresses. If you don't see what you're looking for on the showroom floor, just ask. We buy from 100 different Amish families located at the corner of Glassford Hill and Highway 69 in Prescott Valley. Amish Home Decor is the place to buy tomorrow's antiques.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now sitting here with Yavapai County Library District Director and County Librarian Corey Christians. Thank you for being here, Corey.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Now, we talk about libraries all the time. We just talked about the Sedona Library. We talked about the Camp Verde Library. We talk about libraries everywhere. But we've never talked about the Yavapai County Library District. So please explain that.
Well, what we do is a little different. About 1987, the Library District was established to help support libraries throughout the county. So the County Board of Supervisors got together and established the Yavapai County Free Library District, of which they are the Board of Directors. So we're our own governing authority, of which the Board of Directors for the Library District is also the County Board of Supervisors. So we run 15 of our own branches, as in places like Black Canyon City, Cordes Lakes, Clarkdale, Beaver Creek. But we also support the municipal public libraries such as Sedona by giving them cash contributions each year. In total, we give about $1.7 million to the municipal public libraries.
And where does that money come from?
It comes directly from the taxpayers. We have our own property tax that the library district collects, and from that, the board of directors of the library district determines how that money should be spent. So it's very important to them, knowing that this is a rural area, that the libraries get the support they need, because without our funding, it's possible some of them would not be able to be in existence.
Wow, and that's a big deal. I mean, everybody needs a library.
Yes, yes.
For sure. Wow, how long have you been involved?
I used to run the Yavapai Library Network, which is funded by the Library District, since 2002. And then 2 years ago, I was appointed as the district director.
Wow, and so young. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Now, What else does a library district do? I know that you've got your 15 libraries and you provide funding and then you oversee the other major libraries, but you've got a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yes. Yes, so as I mentioned, the Yavapai Library Network is a group of libraries that have agreed to work together. So there's 43 libraries throughout the county that are a part of that. We fully fund that operation. So we don't run it, but we fund it. And that operation ensures, for instance, that books move between libraries. So if you go on to the catalog at catalog.yln.info, you pick your library, and the catalog comes up for that library. So you can, if you're a Cottonwood resident and you pick a book that's at the Prescott Public Library, we make sure that item gets delivered to the Cottonwood Public Library so you can pick it up. And we transfer 300,000 books each year and DVDs across the whole county.
Wow, who does that?
We provide the courier service for it, the library district does, and the library network does all the software piece to it to make sure it can all happen.
That's amazing.
So it's pretty exciting. That service alone, which we're the only county in Arizona that provides it for all of our different types of libraries, including Yavapai College, Embry-Riddle, some of the schools.
Wow.
It saves, for every dollar that's spent on that service, it saves the taxpayers $8.
That's huge.
So it's a big return on investment for that particular service.
Right, because you don't have to go out and buy multiple copies of everything.
Exactly.
You can just share.
Exactly.
Brilliant. I love that. Now tell us about the yearly report that you make up.
So each year we do an annual report for the board members. It has a bunch of statistics in it for how our libraries perform, including the municipal public libraries. Or if we didn't include that this year, we will next year. But it helps the board understand how well the libraries are doing. It helps the public understand how they're doing. Because in some of these communities, I'm not even sure they're aware that there is a library because they're unincorporated. So for instance, we put a library in Paulden about 2 years ago, and we just sent out a direct mail announcement that we're shifting all the hours around to expand them, give them more access. So I wouldn't at all be surprised if when they receive that direct mail link, they're going, we have a library in this community. Because it was just set up 2 years ago, so some people may not know about it. So it helps get the information across. It helps the public understand how their libraries are doing in their communities. And we want to do that. We want them to love their libraries, which they do in this county. About 55% of the people in this county have an active library card. And that's pretty unprecedented. We're above the state in how that works on a per capita basis.
Well, good. Go us.
Yeah.
Go Yavapai County.
They love their libraries, and we want to keep it that way.
How about that? Now, how are the libraries looking? Who do you have, like, which area is the best, and where do we need to add some help? I mean, how does that look to you when you look at that?
We do a bit of that with our own libraries that we run. As I mentioned, we have 15 libraries that we run ourselves, and we try to look at which ones are being used the most and make sure that they're getting the resources they need. And if there are ones that are getting less use, we go in and try to figure out what we can do to improve that usage. But as far as determining how much money we give the municipal libraries, it's directly based on performance. So those libraries that are doing the best have a shot at getting more money from us. So there's part of that goes in with property taxes as well to make sure that the communities are getting what they're putting in, they're getting some of that back.
Excellent. It sounds incredibly well run.
Well, thank you.
Sounds like you're doing an amazing job, Corey.
Well, I have a great board, and they're incredibly supportive, and the
Very
public
nice.
is incredibly supportive.
Very nice. I know everyone loves their library. Who doesn't love the library? Now, speaking of libraries, Clarkdale Library is having an event on October 19th from 4 to 8. And this is a really cool thing. Corey, I'm going to let you tell them about it.
Sure. The Friends of the Clark Memorial Library are putting on an event that day that, since it's so close to Halloween, it's going to be dress up as your favorite literary character.
Oh, fun.
And there's going to be costume contests for kids and adults. There's going to be cake. There's going to be a food truck there. It's going to be a really big event, and if you bring a costume, you're going to get a free book. So the Friends are really going all out on it. We're pretty excited, and the library did close for a little bit last year. We were happy that we could help the town of Clarkdale reopen it, and the Friends have been a big part of that. So it's a good time to celebrate the 91st anniversary of that library.
How about that? The 91st anniversary. He said there'd be cake. Did you catch that?
There's going to be cake.
There's going to be cake.
There's going to be
and
cake.
costumes.
Yes.
Everything I love. love cake and costumes. So come in costume. What's your costume going to be, Corey?
I am going back and forth on it, but I'm kind of leaning towards Darth Vader right now.
Darth Vader, very nice.
I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Ah.
I got to see what I can talk my wife into doing, but we'll see how it works out.
I totally get it. The couple's costume is very hot.
Yep.
Wow. So if you want to go to that event, it's happening on October 19th. It's at the Clarkdale Library. It's a costume party. So come in costume, and then, you know, you can have a free book if you come in costume. Yeah. That's really, really nice of you. And celebrate the 91st birthday of the Clarkdale Library. See how wonderful the Yavapai Library District supports local libraries. Having this party for the 91st birthday of Clarkdale Library. That's so amazing. Yeah,
we certainly couldn't do it without the friends. They're putting it on, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
That's fantastic. If you need some more information, you can go to yavapailibrary.org, or you can go to ycfld.org. Check those out. Tell you everything you need to know. If you're a statistics nerd like me, you're going to be so happy on that website. So make sure you check those websites out. Either one of them is going to be great. Corey, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Super. Corey Christians, Director and County Librarian for the Yavapai County Library District. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Paul Stanley here with Stanley Steel Structures. We offer shade structures that provide style, value, and performance. Our Equinox louvered roof opens and closes to give you the ultimate patio experience. We also offer Alumawood shade covers that looks like wood but lasts like steel and never needs painting or maintenance. Visit us at stanleysteelstructures.com. Contact us today and be covered tomorrow. Stanley Steel Structures. Let us add some space to your place.
Nothing personalizes a home like paint, and JPS Paint Center is your paint pro. Featuring durable interior and exterior paints from Benjamin Moore. JPS Paint Center can help you find the perfect shade, and they're experts in color matching for any project, including their selection of automotive paints from standard to extravagant. JPS Paint Center. Find the perfect paint and all your paint supplies too on Main Street in Cottonwood.
Northern Arizona Mortgage Corporation is your local choice for personalized home loans, and they've been doing it since 1986. They help home buyers obtain FHA, VA, USDA guaranteed rural housing, and conventional loans. From start to finish, they offer a safe in-person application process with licensed loan originators. Contact Shelley White Collier at northernArizonaMortgage.com or call 634-4251. Visit their office, located at 707 East Mingus, Suite 601, Cottonwood.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with the beautiful and talented Tony Ross, who is the founder and director of the Jerome Film Festival. It's time. It's coming. Yes, September 27th through the 30th. I'm so excited. It gets bigger every year.
Thank you for having me back.
You are amazing. Thank you for coming back.
So exciting. 3 weeks away.
Wow.
We'll be up on the hill in a cemetery.
My gosh, do you have the jitters, the pre-event jitters?
It's not as bad this year.
All right.
Just mildly.
Well, there you go. How many years is it now?
I'm going into our 6th year.
6 years. Congratulations. And you started this with an idea.
Yeah, just an idea. And the community has just built this festival.
My gosh. Okay, this year there's so much stuff going on. There's parties on Friday and Saturday. There's awards on Sunday. There's train rides. Yeah. Of course, there's ghosts. Of course, you got to have ghosts. It's Jerome. So tell us how the festival is going to unfold this year.
This year we're kicking it off, like I said, at the Hogsback Cemetery with a ghost tour. And so that's something really unique and fun. Last year we had a ghost tour and guests really loved that. And the best view in Jerome is from the cemetery. So it's really going to be interesting. And then we're off to Wicked City Brew. And then the weekend just starts to unfold at different places all through towns and different businesses. And Saturday night karaoke party. Where you gotta come dressed
the 80s karaoke party. Come dressed as your favorite 80s musician or character, but if you're dressed as someone and you sing, wow, it just goes crazy from there.
Billy Idol for you, you said.
Totally Billy Idol.
I may glow as Blair from Facts of Life. People used to say that I look like her, so I'm thinking,
absolutely.
something like that.
How fun!
Yeah.
And then sing karaoke.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll have to pick a song.
Karaoke is alive and well, don't you smirk.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time.
That is going to be fun. I mean, anything in Jerome is fun, but an 80s costume karaoke party as part of the film festival is a great idea.
We just do everything different. Whatever you expect, you know, we'd go the other way.
Right.
So
yes, you are
it's
not
an adventure.
the average film festival.
No.
Not at all. I love that you have a screening in a private home that involves chocolate and wine. I mean, wow, you can't get better.
This one kicks off at Cellar 433, and then guests can meander down the hill to a secret home and hilltop, just a beautiful view and wine and chocolate and a film.
And then the train ride.
Yeah,
that's really cool. How does that work?
It's a 4-hour train ride to Perkinsville, and this year we're looking at a barbershop quartet on the outdoor car, and so guests just mix and mingle, and then on the way back you just kick back in your seats and watch independent films playing on the train.
Now tell us about
really
the
cool.
films that you've picked this year, Tony.
Yeah, this year was really exciting. We've got a couple of really special screenings. The USS Indianapolis, the documentary about the disaster of 1945 when the Japanese bombed the USS Indianapolis.
That's a big one.
1,200 people went into the water, and about 300 survives. And we have one of the survivors coming out to talk about his experience.
Wow.
He lives in Tucson, Arizona, so that's really huge. And then Viva La Verde is a documentary, also a special showcase about, I didn't know how dire the situation was with the Verde River, that we really have to be very conscious about water usage, and that film really tackles that issue and engages people. And actually the filmmaker for that is going to be taking a little river walk, so people that want to do that down to the river, and he's going to educate people. And we're also going to have a panel discussion on that topic.
You're really bringing it home this year.
Oh yeah, a lot of outreaches, and
that's amazing.
You know, it really feels good to do that.
Yeah. And with the movie about the USS Indianapolis, veterans get free admission to that.
Right, and we're encouraging veterans to come out and wear your uniform and let us show our support of what you've done, you know. So I think that's really going to be an exciting, we're going to do that every year, have a veteran showcase.
Excellent.
Yeah,
well, that's wonderful. What else do you have going on? How many films did you pick this year?
I think it was about 85.
Wow.
We cut back a little bit this year.
85 is cutting back.
We had, I think, 150 at one point.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's a little bit smaller this year. This one's dedicated to my mom. She passed away a couple months ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
I just wanted to pull it back a little bit, and yeah, she loved the festival. She always sang at the awards ceremony, so I've got a little film in the festival with her, and as a tribute.
What a nice tribute.
Yeah,
that's great.
So it's gonna be a great year.
What other movies are you excited about? I know you're excited about all of them, but throw us some specifics.
Oh, they're all babies of mine. It's so funny. But Mex Man is a great film, and it won Audience Choice at Slam Dance. Ooh. And don't want to give that one away. But I think the filmmakers will really enjoy it. He's a filmmaker and an artist. And Inheritance is another one. Okay. Donna Chesler is sponsoring that showcase, and it's a big spotlight film. Got a little ghostly feel to that one too. So.
Sweet.
It's really a good lineup, so I can't wait.
I'll bet. And the website's really cool. If you go to jeromefilmfestival.com, it's really cool. I love how you've designed it. It looks really gorgeous. It's really easy to navigate. Click on, you know, the festival, what's happening. You know, you can click on tickets. And I love all the different ticket packages. So it's very easy. If you want the all-out soup to nuts gold gilded event, you know, experience, you can go there. You go to get the Ghost Pass, but then there's also the Saloon Owner's Pass. There's also, there's so many different ways.
Ticket too.
A single ticket. So you don't have to buy this pass if you don't want it. You want to go to one film, you can do that. Thank you for having a variety of ways that people can enjoy.
Absolutely. And we also have this year a Nickelodeon film, Cowboy's Heart, which is open. It's just a nickel film, and for less fortunate families, you know, individuals to come out and just. It's a nickel and free concession, so it's literally for everyone.
Wow. What day is that happening?
It's on Sunday.
That's on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. And that's on the website?
Right.
So if we go to jeromefilmfestival.com, we're going to see the Nickel film, the Nickelodeon.
Right.
Oh,
that's great.
Wow. How do you think of all this stuff, Tony?
I wanted to do something, just bringing culture to the area. Jerome has been my favorite town since I was 6 years old, and I just really want to enrich the community with doing, something for everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Exciting.
Who supports you in this? How do you get the funds to put this on?
Oh, if the community did not, we're in a situation where I've got a screen you can use, and it's really like rock soup. Everybody brings something, and so that's how it happens, and that's the beauty of it, that we scrape by, and everybody's just, oh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got an amp, and instead of us just having all this money to get the top of the line, it's more personal because everybody is a part of it.
That's what I love
Bringing
about Jerome.
Yeah.
Such a great community up there.
It is.
So many great
Absolutely.
events that happen up there.
That's
Tony,
beautiful.
congratulations. 6 years, going strong, getting bigger every year.
Thank
it's
you.
super exciting.
Oh, I love it.
You know,
I'm so excited. I can't
help
wait
put
to
Jerome on the map.
Yeah, we got 25 colas last year.
Wow.
By Movie Maker magazine. That was surprising, shocking to us when we got that news. I almost missed it. I thought it was an advertisement, like, do you want to advertise in the magazine? And went back and looked at it. Nearly missed it, but that was huge.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. I love it.
Billy Idol, you better come.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm on the hook now. So September 27th through the 30th, the Jerome Film Festival. Check out jeromefilmfestival.com. Great stuff on there. Tony Ross, founder and director, going strong. We'll be right back. We're going to go on location now and talk to Gail Morris about Monarch Butterfly, so stick around.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
We Organize You serves the entire Quad City area and the Verde Valley with custom cabinetry, including kitchen, garage, laundry, custom home office, and closet systems. Stop by their showroom in Chino Valley to see how they can make your home more convenient and valuable. It's time to get reorganized with We Organize You. For more information, go to weorganizearizona.com. That's weorganizearizona.com.
Back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here at Red Rock State Park here in Sedona. We're in the Hummingbird and Butterfly Garden. We have with us Gail Morris, who is the Southwest Monarch Study Coordinator, because now the monarchs are moving through.
That's right.
That's wonderful. Now they're doing their migration to Mexico. That starts where, Gail?
You know, we're not exactly sure in the West where the migration begins. We do know that monarchs that lay their eggs here in Arizona can go either to Mexico or to California. And so that's why we started tagging them, to try to learn where do they go.
Right, tagging them. Now that's interesting when we start talking about tagging butterflies. What that means is taking a little tiny stick here. Now I've stolen Gail's model. This is not a life-size model. Items are larger than appear larger than they actually are. But there's a little sticker that goes right on the wing of the butterfly when you've captured them, and the sticker then allows you to track them.
Right, and even this little sticker, now first of all, a monarch butterfly has 4 wings, not 2, but this helps us get the idea. And we put this tag in the lower wing in what we call the discal cell, and that discal cell looks like a mitten.
Oh.
And so that doesn't affect their flight.
Oh, nice.
So we don't want to affect their flight.
Truly.
We want to be able to see where the most of them can go. And if you look on this tag, there's an email address. It says tag@swtag.org, and there's a number, AM100. So if you tag this, you would take a piece of paper, you'd take a little data sheet, and you'd say AM100, is it a girl or a boy? And you'd look at it.
How do you tell if it's a girl or a boy?
Good question. Is there a little dot on the third wing, vein in the lower wing? And this one doesn't have
Really?
one. Yeah, if there was a little dot here, you'd have a male. You have a female.
Okay.
So you'd mark female.
Very nice.
That you were at Red Rock State Park, and it was feeding on a zinnia.
All right.
When you picked it
How
up.
fun.
And
so if you see these,
right,
that's what you do.
So then we'll get to learn what it likes by tagging enough monarchs. We'll be able to learn what were they doing, where were they tagged, where did they end up.
Wow. And the movement, the migration starts in the summer?
It does at the end of summer. In fact, right now in the northern part of the United States, the monarchs are starting to move down. Our study covers the entire Southwest, so Utah, western Colorado, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and the deserts of California. So already up north, they're very close to what we call their peak migration. Monarchs tune in to the noonday sun, the angle of the sun. That's kind of beyond us figuring it all out, but we can know when those dates are. So from the end of September to the very beginning days of October is the peak migration for this area. And now it's about a month before that. So those that come out of a chrysalis could be migrators, and our first ones moving out.
Oh, excellent.
So that's why we would like everyone to tag. And even if they can't tag, to let us know what direction they see them flying by. If you see a monarch speeding by, try to turn yourself around, pull out your smartphone or
your compass app.
Yeah, what direction it's going, and let us know. And that helps us know, are they going to the west or south.
And if they go to swmonarch.org?
Right, it's a plural, swmonarchs.org. Right.
Great, and they go there.
There's directions of how to do that, how to become involved.
Excellent.
This is a citizen science study. It's for all ages. We have families with young children, we have retired people, everything in between, and everyone has a part to play. It's an important role to learn more about what the monarch migration does here.
Now, what have you seen over the years as far as numbers and movement goes?
That's the scary thing. You know, I think we all know about undesirable insects in our backyard. There's some big ears we see. Maybe it's grasshoppers you don't like, and there's a lot of them. In other years, we don't see them. So it's normal for an insect to have big ears and small ears. So a little up and down, we don't worry about. But when we see large crashes where those numbers come down really low, we have to wonder, with an insect that can disperse across the entire United States, how small could they go and still find another to mate and continue this process, you know, of monarchs spreading across the entire North America. So that's our biggest concern. Numbers have been declining. Numbers in the West are actually declining more than in the East, but it's still of major concern. They are trying to make a decision whether to list monarchs as a threatened species. We should have that determination by the end of next June, so June 2019.
Wow. That's very scary.
It is, but there's things we could all do. We can all grow milkweed in our gardens. We can all grow nectar plants. Red Rock State Park here is just beautiful with that. They have everything growing here, the milkweed and the nectar to help monarchs on their way. And if we can do enough of this, to a monarch, it'll look like one big expanse. They don't know, oh, this is Melanie's yard or Mary's yard. To them, it's just flowers. It's a field everywhere.
And one plant makes a difference.
It does.
Even one plant.
It can. You never know.
Now, if you haven't been to the Red Rock State Park, beautiful hummingbird, they're everywhere, and monarch garden or butterfly garden, it's wonderful. This is only been here for a couple of years, I believe, as far as the expanse of it and the beauty of it, and we owe that to someone here.
It's one of our state parks, right where we live. Right.
Yep, and I know that Park Ranger Heidi has been a huge part of this. Thank you, Heidi.
Yes.
We love you. The Monarchs love you too. So you can come and enjoy the garden and sit out here and see hummingbirds all the time and butterflies this time of year and get ideas. I want my yard to look like this. So if you need ideas, come out here. And I love that all the plants are named, and that's going to help, you know. But if we go to the website, swmonarchs.org, we can see lists of what we can do to help the monarchs in our own yard.
There is a link called Monarch Way Stations, and if you go to the bottom, you could hit which part of Arizona you live in, or any part of the Southwest, and it'll give you recommended plants you could grow in your garden. This garden is a large part because of Heidi, like you mentioned, but also many volunteers who come in and did all the planting, and then they come in every week and they monitor the milkweed. They send in sheets to us so we could see how many caterpillars, how many adult monarchs are flying through the area. So it's a great sense, they're part of a scientific study to show absence when they weren't here, and then when they became present, which was just a mere 3 weeks after they planted, which was really exciting.
Wow, that is exciting. Yeah. Now, when does the official stickering start?
I like to see people tagging by now, and the reason I like to do that is because some of these early migrators, we don't normally know which are migrating and which are breeding for a while. But by tagging them, we could learn more. We know from southern Arizona, some monarchs that were tagged on September 1st went to Mexico or California. So that's further south. We're further north here. And that's why I like to see people tag now. The other thing is, realistically, the first few times you tag, whether it's with a net or picking up a monarch right off of a flower, you're a little nervous and you miss them, or you're not quite sure what you did. You can learn through that first 2 weeks, and if you're lucky, it'll be one of the ones that are picked up in California or Mexico.
Wonderful. And where do we get the little tags?
Right on our website, there's a link of how to get tags. We have videos of how to tag. We show you and explain how to use a net, or if you want to use your fingers and pick up a monarch, we'll talk you through that so you can see what to do. And if you have any questions, of course, you could always email us. Our email is right on the website, and we'd be happy to help you.
That's amazing, Gail. That's amazing. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I'm excited. I'm going to get some stickers and start tagging. You should too. Check out swmonarchs.org. We're talking with Gail Morris, who's the coordinator for the Southwest Monarch Study. Stick around, because we've got more of the Verde Valley experience coming at you in just a few.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
Wake up, sleepyhead, get up, get out of bed, put on your wandering shoes. Night it's falling, daylight's calling, we got so much to do. There's food by the fire, the coffee it's hot, we'll get ourselves ready to go. Our bags are packed, the house it's locked, well baby it's time to roll down this road. It's a road to our dreams. Follow the path that takes you somewhere you've never been. The day it's right, the sun it's bright, the air it's warm and still. I I love you and you love me. Well, darling, we always will, yeah, on this road. Follow this path, there's so many fine sights to see. The people, the places, the cafes, the faces, everything I wanted to be. Out from the door and just round the bend, I see that sweet look in your eye. Another adventure, another new friend. We're free as the birds that fly on this road, 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 road. The road to our dreams. A bus or a train or an aeroplane, we move through space and time. All it will be, that's our destiny. I'm yours, baby, you are mine on this road. Follow this path, there's so many fun sights to see. The people, the places, the cafes, the faces.
Wow, how beautiful was that?
Well,
Joe
you.
B. and Walton, everyone. We've got Joe Berger and the beautiful Walton Mendleson. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us
What
here.
a great sound you have.
Thank you.
You play really well together, and just the two of you create such a nice fullness in the room.
Great.
And has anyone ever said you sound like Joan Armatrading?
You know, somebody told me that.
do.
I haven't listened to
really
her
do.
music.
Especially when you throw your head back and you're
Yeah.
really going. You sound just, I'm one of my favorites, Joan Armatrading.
Oh, good.
So that's really wonderful. And of course, I have to ask, Walton, what is that?
Okay, well, it's an electronic wind instrument. Short, it's iwi. Iwi, I know.
Don't go there.
But it's basically, it's pretty simple to explain. It's like an electronic keyboard. Here are my keys. I have actually more notes than a piano, about 90 something. Not all of them are musical, but they're there. So that's, and a synthesizer that's built in. So I can be a trombone, I can be a violin, I can be all sorts of things.
No, you were just a flute.
I was just a flute. Then it's got a breath sensor in here. And that's exactly like a contact mic, like you'd have on a guitar. It takes the vibrations and turns it into some kind of digital information, and out it comes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's really true to the instrument, too. I mean, that sounded like a metal pipe. You know, it sounded like the silver flute.
Some sounds are closer than others.
But the other interesting thing is Walton has to understand how each of those instruments plays in his mind and his attack and his embouchure, his mouth, all those things. So it's a pretty amazing
somehow
thing.
It senses it. And when like for instance, we'll have a sound, we'll say, let's try trumpet. The first time, maybe for 2 months, we would try trumpet. It was terrible. Violin would feed back. I'd have to turn the whole thing off. So who knows? It's just a little magic something in here. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, a little magic something over here.
Yes, it's Walton. You're the magic
okay.
something. How long have you been performing together?
Well, I don't know. The other day, Walt said 6 years.
My first play was
Yeah.
Rabbi, and I think that was 6 years ago. So we've been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So I don't know. We just we hit it off, and Walt likes to play my original songs, and I'm happy about that, needless to say.
Yes.
So it works great.
Well, that's wonderful. And you play a lot. I mean, you've played at various folk venues around Arizona.
Yes.
And you've been playing a very long time. I mean, you've both been playing a very long time. You've just come
since
together.
we were kids. Right.
Yeah. And that shows. You can see it. This is an extension of your body, you know, both instruments. And it's really beautiful to watch. And the joy that you have, Joe, when you play, it really comes out like sunshine. There's sunshine in the room when beautiful melodies come out of you at the same time. So it's this wonderful gift that you have. Thank you for sharing your gift of just amazing music. But you have a very busy schedule. You guys are always playing somewhere. I mean, just the beginning. Let's just look at October. Let's take the first 2 weeks in October.
October is really pretty busy for us. So October 4th, we're at El Gato Azul, which is a wonderful bistro along the creek in Prescott. And October 6th and 7th is the 40th annual Charlotte Hall Folk Festival. So we're looking forward to that. We don't have our time and our location yet. We'll get that.
Sure.
And we're very excited to be returning to the Music in the House series, which is going to be up at the Hub in Sedona.
That's very exciting.
Ryan Biter kicks that off in September, I think the 15th. And and then starting the 16th, I'm going to be hosting a coffee house concert series once a month at the Prescott Public Library.
Which is great.
It's going to be singer-songwriters. You know, there's not that many places for singer-songwriters to be able to play and be heard in a performance kind of a venue. Usually you're in a bar, your background, you know, we like El Gato Azul because it's an intimate little bistro environment, but you know, you're really there to create ambiance. It's not the opportunity to communicate and tell the story and what you learn in your life and want to share.
Yeah, it's hard to share that intimate experience with your audience when there's a bar behind you. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's a very different type of experience. So the coffee house, and of course the Music in the House in Sedona too. I mean, that creates a nice intimate experience.
That's a wonderful concert opportunity. Larry Latour has put that together.
He has. Larry, you rock.
Yeah, no kidding,
the
buddy.
lineup there, so that's great. So you're playing October 15th, did you say?
12th.
12th.
Yeah, we're going to share that program with Michael Kolwitz, who was
the stick man, the Chapman stick. He's amazing.
Stick.
Wow, do you three play together?
No.
Okay.
No,
that
so we'll do the
wild.
first hour and he'll do the second hour. And
great.
It'll be a wonderful evening of eclectic, jazzy, bluesy, folky stuff.
Jazzy, bluesy, folky. Gotta love that.
And weird instruments.
Yeah, well, sure, that's like Darth Vader's
you're like in all of those, genres. What can I say?
That's very, very cool. Do you have any albums out?
No. Well, Walton has an album, not that we've done together, but that he did earlier.
You have some
in his
cool
life.
experimental music?
Contemporary chamber music.
Very cool. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah, you got great accolades on that. I saw that online. Yeah, that's very, very cool. You can find these guys online. Type their names in. You get all kinds of information, articles, all kinds of. It's all good.
I better
do
that.
And if you go to joeberger.com, you're going to see a list of everywhere they're playing, everything they've got going, what's new. Great stuff happening on there. And the song that you played earlier was an original.
Yes.
And you're going to play another song for us, original as well?
Correct.
What's this one coming up?
The one coming up is Noche Tropical, which is tropical night. And so it's in Spanish. And we go to Mexico, and our sons are salsa and ballroom dancers. They're very elegant and 31 and 33. And I wanted to write a song that was, you know, kind of a salsa type thing. So it's about a young man and a young woman who are together in the plaza, in case you don't speak Spanish. And she is saying to him, "Kiss me. Kiss me," and he's saying to her, "But I'm embarrassed. There are all these people out there that are watching." And she says, "But I'm on fire and I'm full of passion." And so it's Noche Tropical.
Oh my God.
That's the song.
How awesome. Multilingual. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You gotta love that. That's great. Well, thank you for sharing your gifts. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It's a really nice sound that we don't hear a lot around here. You don't get that bluesy, jazzy, folksy thing happening with the combination of the voices. It's really light and happy, and it's really great. So thank you for coming on the show and performing that.
Cool.
So cool. Check out joeberger.com. Look them up. Check out all the venues they're going to be at. It's really amazing. These guys are really working. So, and check out VerdeValleyTV.com, MyRadioPlace.com. Check us out on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching the show. As always, really appreciate you joining us for the Verde Valley Experience, and I'll see you next time.
Cállate, dame un beso, mi amor, ándale. Bajo la luz de la luna, tengo pasión ardiente, corazón quemando al calor. No me importa la gente cercándonos alrededor. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Noche tropical. ¡Uy! Noche tropical, cállate, dame un beso, mi amor, mándale. Bajo la luz de la luna, tengo pasión ardiente, corazón quemando a calor. No me importa la gente cercándonos alrededor. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Noche tropical.